Hello, I'm Misha, Adobe creator and producer of The Deep Dive. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 10, and today we will be doing a deep dive into Roblox. Okay, it looks like Grace and David have their snacks ready and are settled in behind the microphones. So, let's get going.
Welcome to The Deep Dive. Today we're going to get into the world of Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe you've kind of heard of it, seen it around,
Mm-hmm.
but believe me, it's way more complex, more innovative than just, playing a few games.
That's absolutely right. And we've got a couple of interesting sources today. One's very practical, like how do you even log in for the first time?
Right, the basics.
Yeah. And the other gives us the bigger picture. What is this platform? And it shines a light on some of those super popular games, the ones pulling in millions.
Exactly. So our mission today, it isn't just the how-to of signing up. We want to really dig into what makes Roblox tick.
What makes it so engaging?
Yeah. And how do you even start to make sense of it all? Because there are literally millions of different experiences. It feels huge.
It can be overwhelming, for sure.
Okay, so let's start there. What actually is Roblox at its core?
Well, fundamentally, Roblox is an online platform. I mean, yes, you play games on it, a lot of games.
Right.
But that description, it doesn't quite capture it. The key thing, the secret sauce, maybe, it's all built on user-generated content.
User-generated.
Yeah. Unlike, traditional games from big studios, almost everything you see and do in Roblox, the games, the worlds, it's made by other users.
So when I log in, I'm not just picking from a list the company made.
Nope. You're stepping into this, constantly evolving space that's being built by this huge community.
And the tool they use for that is Roblox Studio.
Precisely. Roblox Studio. It's free, which is amazing.
Free.
Yeah, and pretty powerful. It's the development environment Roblox provides. And it lets users, a lot of them are pretty young, design, code, publish their own, they call them experiences.
Experiences, okay.
Yeah.
So not just games.
Right. Think about that. Millions of people actively creating and shaping this whole digital world.
It completely flips the usual model, doesn't it? Instead of buying a finished game.
You get access to this, endless arcade filled with stuff made by other players.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for someone totally new, thinking maybe they'll check it out, our source on logging in, what are those first steps like? Is it complicated?
No, it's actually pretty simple. The guide says, when you first try to start Roblox, your computer downloads a small file, robloxplayer.exe.
Okay, just a small installer.
Right. You download it, you run it.
Probably ask for permission, click run, and maybe an okay at the end.
Exactly. Seems pretty standard, user-friendly stuff.
Then what?
Then the main thing is clicking join. Oh, and the guide suggests ticking remember my choice.
So it's quicker next time.
Yeah, saves a click. But the key thing to remember is these first few steps, they're just the doorway.
Right, the gateway to this huge universe we're talking about.
Exactly.
Which brings us neatly to the sheer variety of things to do. I mean, that article on the top Roblox games really hammers home.
Yeah.
There's no single Roblox game.
No way. It's like asking what's the best show on Netflix. The range is incredible.
So what kind of things are we talking about?
Oh, everything. The source mentions racing games, simulators where you run a pizza shop or something.
Right.
Really deep role-playing games. And these obstacle courses people call obbies. They can be seriously tough.
Obbies, right. Heard of those.
This huge variety is a big part of why it's so popular, Whatever you're into, whatever mood you're in, you can probably find something.
Trade in your boring job for a brilliant career using Adobe Creative Cloud. Start learning now with the free trial link in the description.
And it started mostly with kids and teens, but it seems like older people are getting into it too now.
Yeah, the audience is definitely broadening. But even within that younger group, tastes are so varied. That's why you need millions of different things, I guess.
Makes sense. Okay, let's get specific. That Top Games article gives us some pointers. If someone's feeling a bit lost in all the choice, where could they start?
Good question. It can be daunting. The article picks out 10 that are consistently huge and well-regarded. First up is Brookhaven, with the little house emoji.
Brookhaven, RP for roleplay.
Yep, pure role-playing. The appeal seems to be basically living a kind of dream virtual life. Get a house, drive cars, hang out, socialize.
Just kind of making it up as you go along.
Pretty much. Using your imagination, it taps into that desire for connection, trying out different lives, maybe, in a low-stakes way.
A sort of social sandbox. Okay. Then there's Adopt Me, also role-playing, but with pets.
Yes. Adopt Me is huge. It's about collecting, raising, and trading virtual pets. But it's more than just collecting.
How so?
Well, you nurture the pets, you decorate your house, lots of social interaction, and the devs are constantly adding new stuff, new rare pets.
So there's always something new to chase after.
Exactly. Keeps people engaged. It seems to hit that nurturing instinct, plus the social status of having rare pets, and yeah, the constant updates.
Okay, two very social games. What about something different? Bloxburg, simulation and building.
Yeah, Bloxburg, or Welcome to Bloxburg, technically leans heavily into creativity. People compare it to The Sims.
Right. Building houses, getting jobs.
Exactly. Build houses, furnish them, work virtual jobs for money, simulate a life. But the big draw for Bloxburg is apparently the really detailed building system.
So players get super creative with their houses.
Oh yeah, people take huge pride in their designs. It's a major creative outlet.
Okay, shifting gears completely. Tower of Hell. That name does not sound relaxing.
No, definitely not. Intense is the word. It's pure platforming skill.
Like jumping challenges. Parkour.
Yeah, parkour style.
Yeah.
But here's the killer twist. No checkpoints.
Wait, none. At all.
None. And the tower is randomly generated each time. So you're racing the clock, trying to climb this thing, and if you fall...
You start right back at the bottom. Ouch.
Exactly. Super challenging, but apparently incredibly rewarding when you finally make it. The lack of checkpoints really ramps up the tension.
I can imagine. Okay, moving to something more action-packed. Arsenal.
Arsenal is a fast-paced FPS, first-person shooter.
Like Call of Duty, but on Roblox?
Sort of, yeah. It's known for having a huge variety of weapons, fast gameplay, team-based competition. The source mentions it looks pretty clean, polished graphics, smooth controls.
So a solid shooter experience.
Seems like it. Focuses on reflexes, knowing the weapons, teamwork.
All right. Now for something sneaky. Murder Mystery 2. Sounds like Among Us or Clue.
That's exactly the inspiration, heavily influenced by those. Each round, you're randomly assigned a role.
Innocent, sheriff, or murderer.
You got it. Innocents try to survive. Sheriff tries to find the murderer. Murderer tries to eliminate everyone else without getting caught.
So it's about deduction for some, deception for others.
Precisely. Logic, observation versus strength and bluffing creates really tense social situations.
Yeah. Okay, back to pets. Pet Simulator X. How's that different from Adopt Me?
There's overlap with the pet collecting for sure, but Pet Simulator X seems more focused on the simulator and collection parts.
Meaning?
Meaning you spend time collecting pets, upgrading them constantly, exploring different worlds to find treasures and more pets. There's a big emphasis on limited edition pets too.
So maybe more about the grind and collecting rare things.
Seems like it. Appealing perhaps to people who like completing collections, working the virtual economy.
Got it. Now, for anime fans, Shindo Life.
Yeah, Shindo Life is directly inspired by Naruto. Big time.
So, ninjas and special power.
Exactly. Intense combat, mastering special abilities, customizing your character to look like anime characters or your own creation. The source mentioned deep lore, too.
So it's got a rich world for fans to get into.
Looks that way. Really resonates with fans of the anime and people who like character progression, complex fighting systems.
Okay, then there's Doors. Sounds like a horror game.
Definitely a shift in tone.
Trade in your boring job for a brilliant career using Adobe Creative Cloud. Start learning now with the free trial link in the description.
Doors is horror adventure. The idea is you're going through this haunted building, opening door after door.
And behind each door.
Could be anything. Usually something creepy you have to avoid. Creatures, puzzles to solve. It's noted for being pretty innovative for Roblox horror, atmospheric, jump scares, needing to be careful.
Sounds spooky. And the last one on the list, Bed Wars. Also sounds familiar, like Minecraft.
Spot on. Inspired by the Bed Wars mode in Minecraft. It's PvP, player versus player strategy.
Protect your bed, destroy theirs.
That's the core loop. Each team has a bed. If your bed is destroyed, you can't respawn anymore. So you defend yours while trying to attack the others.
Fast-paced and competitive, I bet.
Very. Blends strategy, teamwork, and direct combat.
Wow. Okay, just listening to that list, the diversity is kind of staggering.
It really is.
Relaxed role-playing, intense building, hardcore platforming, shooters, horror. There genuinely seems to be something for everyone.
Pretty much covers the spectrum.
But it's important to remember, it's not just about playing these games, is it? The other article really stresses the community, the creation side.
Absolutely critical point. Roblox is a massive social platform, too.
How so?
Well, you have your avatar, your digital self that you customize. There's chat text, sometimes voice within the experiences. People join groups based on interests. They even have virtual events like concert.
Virtual concerts, wow.
Yeah, and players design and sell their own virtual clothes for avatars. The level of self-expression is huge.
And that ties back to what you said at the start. User-generated content is the engine.
Exactly. It's not a few pros making everything. It's this massive community using Roblox Studio, constantly building, innovating, changing things.
That explains the sheer scale and the speed things seem to move at.
For sure. This kind of democratization of game development is probably a huge reason for its success. It empowers users, teaches them skills, coding, design, teamwork even.
They're not just players, they're creators.
Active participants, vital ones.
Which brings us to the money side. Robux. The articles mention that creators can actually earn from this.
Oh, definitely. Robux is the virtual currency. Players buy it with real money.
And spend it on.
Virtual items, avatar clothes, accessories, sometimes access to specific games or perks within games made by other users.
And the creators get a cut.
Yes. They can monetize their creations, charge access fees, sell items, offer perks for Robux. It's a real economy.
And it's not just pocket money, is it? The Developer Exchange Program, DevEx.
Right. DevEx is the really interesting part. Successful creators can actually exchange the Robux they earn back into real-world currency. Seriously, like real dollars.
Yep. There are people, even whole indie studios that started on Roblox, making a full-time living from their creations. Some make a very good living.
That's incredible, a hobby turning into a career.
It's a powerful example of the platform's economic impact and how it's opened up game development.
Amazing. Now, obviously, with so many users, especially younger ones, safety has got to be a huge concern. What are they doing about that?
Yeah, it's a top priority, constantly talked about. They use a mix of things.
Like what?
Well, automated systems AI, probably to catch bad stuff. Human moderators, too, reviewing content and reports. Chat filters are a big one, trying to block personal info, bad language.
And parents have tools, too.
Yes, parental controls are available, setting spending limits, restricting chat, that kind of thing. Roblox talks a lot about investing heavily in both the tech and the human moderation teams.
Good to hear they're focused on it. It's a massive undertaking with all that user content.
No doubt. It's an ongoing challenge. Okay, finally, looking ahead. Roblox often comes up when people talk about the Metaverse. How does it fit into that idea?
Well, you could argue Roblox is already one of the closest things we have to a functioning metaverse right now.
Really? How so?
Think about it. It's persistent, always on, it's social, built on user creation, has its own economy. Those are all key metaverse ideas.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
And they're constantly developing things like VR integration, using more AI in games, making it work across more devices. It puts them right in the middle of that whole conversation about the future of digital interaction.
So, wrapping up this deep dive.
Yeah.
It's really clear Roblox is way more than just games. It's this whole dynamic platform.
Play, create, socialize.
Even earn money, potentially.
Yeah.
All in this huge universe made by its users,
Yeah.
the games we talked about. They're just scratching the surface, really. A good starting point if you're curious.
Definitely just a glimpse.
Which leaves us with something to think about. This idea of a platform where users are the main creators, how does that change things? For digital entertainment? For how we interact online, long term?
It's a big question. What kind of completely new worlds or experiences could pop up on platforms like this, driven entirely by user imagination? What comes next?
Something to definitely ponder as these digital worlds keep evolving.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.